So after waiting quite a while, I finally got my hands on One Piece episode of Nami, Tears of a Navigator, and the Bonds of Nakama. So there's mainly two big questions I'm going to be answering within this review. One, does this special exceed the anime adaptation? And two, does it make the anime adaptation obsolete? Can you skip this in the anime and just watch this particular special and then continue on with the anime? But before all that, I want to get started by saying that if you are a first-time viewer, if you've never seen One Piece and you've been considering getting into One Piece, I want to say that this particular special, while it has some spoilers, because basically you will find out about Nami's past and the type of person that she is, I will say that if you watch this particular special and you don't like it, like if you just decide, you know what, I just want a taste of One Piece, and this is what supposedly everyone says you will get hooked on, and you know, you want to watch this particular special, if you don't like this special, you probably won't like One Piece. Because like I said, a lot of people said this is the hook, line, and sinker for One Piece fans. This is where usually people fall in love with the series. And if you don't like the special, then you probably won't like One Piece in general. Just saying. So let's get on with the review. Basically, I want to start off by saying that the animation for this was definitely on par. It almost seems as though this was planned to be a movie at one given point, and then since they decided, you know, that they're going to do from now on movies that are brand new stories, and they kind of got rid of the, I guess, recaps of certain arcs with movies, that they probably turned this into a TV special, because the animation is really on par, you know, top notch. Pretty much you could say almost movie quality for certain scenes, and I definitely say that 2 thumbs up for the animation. Really no problems at all. Even small scenes where you see Nami and Nojiko, her sister, running, it looks very fluid, and there's really no problems with the animation. It's really just beautiful and top-notch. Especially a lot of the scenes with Nami, they really put a lot of time into it, and you can see that they really just wanted to make a beautiful scene and a beautiful movie of Nami's tragic past. Now, for those of you who don't know, real quick, this movie is basically recapping Nami's past as well as her, I guess, dealings with Arlong the pirate, you know, what she's about, learning more about her, and basically seeing Luffy and the crew go up against the Arlong pirates. A lot of fans fall in love with the series at this particular point, so I think it was a great idea to make a special out of this, so that people can get a taste of what One Piece is. And I gotta say, as far as exceeding and making a great special of Nami's past and Nami's story, this definitely did it. It was really good, and it was tight and packed nicely with information, and it didn't really leave out too many heavy hitters, and it, for the most part, did what it needed to do as far as a special that wraps everything up, a lot of content into one, you know, hour, 40 minutes so special, and does it right. But it's not without flaws. While not having big flaws, some of the flaws that the special does have is within the fights. I have to say that some of the fights were definitely cut very short for pacing and, you know, just trying to get the story all together. And one of the main ones, definitely Sanji. Sanji's fight is really just a kick, swip, and, you know, his opponent is out the door. So as far as the fights go, Sanji's fight was real short. Usopp's fight was kind of condensed to like a very short fight, but it was pretty funny, and it didn't seem too short, but it was definitely condensed as well. Zoro's fight was pretty good. It wasn't really cut down too much. I liked it, although it's kind of interesting to see, me being, you know, very far in One Piece, to see Zoro have a problem with Hachi. I'm just saying. And Luffy's fight with Arlong, actually, to me, was done in a very well taste, and compared to the anime where they have a lot of goofy stuff, and not necessarily that I hate the goofy stuff, but I think that the actual special did a great job of condensing that fight, still having heavy elements from it and really good stuff, but taking out some of the stuff that I felt wasn't necessarily needed for the fight, and overall was just really done well. To be honest, in certain aspects, I say that the fight in the special was done better than what happened in the actual anime. One of the things I liked about the special in particular is learning a little more about Luffy. In this particular special, we learn really that Luffy is a guy that lives in the moment. He doesn't care about the past. He doesn't care what might happen in the future. He's living for right now. When Nojiko was trying to tell Luffy the story of, you know, Nami's past, he's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm taking a walk. Because he doesn't care what happened in the past. It's about right now. And that's what really makes you fall in love with the character. And that's what makes Luffy a really awesome character. Another gripe I have with necessarily the story and not the actual special is the thing that happens with Bellemere. While it is very sad and I really feel for the characters, and to be honest with you, I get teary-eyed when I watch the particular scenes. Spoiler, by the way. Bellemere's death kind of felt a little bit like it wasn't necessarily needed. The thing about it is the beauty. She teaches a lesson to her daughters that, you know, we are family. It doesn't matter if your bloodline or whatnot, we're family, and you always will remember that. And that she really cared enough to just basically pay for them in case something happened. So on that aspect is like, okay, I understand it. But at the same time, I also look at it as, you know, they could have escaped the island, and she could have escaped, you know, later on down the road and eventually found them. She didn't really need to tell Arlong that these are my daughters. And I understand the message, and it's really a beautiful message, to be honest with you. It is truly something like that'll get you really sad and everything when you're in the moment. But when you look at it, she could have said, yeah, it's just me by myself. The daughters could have escaped the island, and, you know, they could have met up later on at a later date, and that would have been that. So to be honest with you, I kind of felt as though it was half and half. Like, at one point I'm really sad about it, but at the same time it's like maybe she could have tried different things, you know, think a little bit more logically instead of with feelings, and, you know, with trying to use these morals that, while they are just and they're beautiful, and, you know, just to look at it and see what she did for her daughters is remarkable, same time maybe she could have still been alive and been with her daughters. So now I want to shoot to the topic: can you skip this arc in the anime and just watch this particular special? While it does a great job of condensing the material and still being faithful to the overall manga, I still say that you should probably go with the actual anime. While this does a great job, it also leaves out some content that you probably would want to see, and overall the pacing is pretty quick, and it does leave out certain key aspects that I would think, you know, maybe you would want to get. Not saying that it's bad or anything, but I'm just saying I think that you shouldn't really skip the anime portion of this just for the special, because after all, it's what made many people fall in love with the series to begin with. And also, does this special make the anime adaptation obsolete? Absolutely not. You know, the special is beautiful, and while the animation is, you know, really beautiful and top-notch, and, you know, the pacing is a lot quicker, it still doesn't make the anime obsolete, because once again, there are a lot of things in it, a lot of little moments that make you get more attached to the characters. I will say this though, I think that with this particular special, if you've been thinking about getting into One Piece and you really don't know where to start, you asking, you know, what arc, where should I go, and you just want to give it a try, I say watch this special. Yeah, it's gonna have a little bit of spoilers. You're gonna learn a little bit about Nami a little sooner than you thought. But at the same time, this will be the test, the true test, if you will love One Piece or not. Because watching this particular special, I think, will definitely make any person, if they're gonna love One Piece, they're gonna love it after the special, and if they're not, they probably won't be interested. Although with watching the special, you won't have the backstory of the characters as much as you would have if you watched the anime, so I still say and recommend watching the anime first, and then maybe after you pass this arc in the anime, you can rewatch the special and think, you know, make a comparison. Overall, the special was really done well, beautiful. Yeah, some key scenes were a little bit sped up, and there was a little bit of cutting here or there, but for the most part, it did a solid job of doing what it set out to do, and that's make all this content into one special and do it in a very well taste. Let me know what you think of the special. If you've seen it, what did you think of it? Favorite moment, saddest moment? Is this one of the saddest times you've ever seen in One Piece? Because for me personally, it's definitely one of my top 5, top 10 saddest moments in One Piece. And also it has some badass moments. Tell me you just wasn't jumping out of your chair when Luffy just walks up and says, "Are you Arlong?" and punches him in the face. That was straight badass. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for episode of Nami, because to be honest with you, I think it was done very well. Beautiful animation, beautiful pacing, and just overall beautiful story. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.